What's going on, guys? Just returning back to my channel, and tonight already finished a W Friday Night Smackdown and Rampage. So Friday Night Smackdown was okay, but the only thing that was good was Reigns and Lesnar were just cutting a promo on each other. So yeah, it was okay and stuff, but Rampage was more better than Friday Night Smackdown. So yeah, it was, yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, it was okay night and stuff. So 4 matches on AEW Dark, and yeah, 4 matches on SmackDown. So Friday Night SmackDown I had 4 matches, and AEW Rampage had 4 matches. So makes a lot of sense. So yeah. Anyways, it was okay tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna use my phone still, but yeah. So anyways, let's get to it. Alright, here we go. I found it. Reigns and Lesnar still pining or pinning for Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins enters the mix. Roman Reigns returned for the first time since testing positive for COVID and missing the Day 1 event. The Universal Champion insisted he did not want to see Brock Lesnar or Paul Heyman ever again. That desire was quickly ignored as Lesnar's music hit. The Beast Incarnate made his way to the ring, with Heyman did his best impression of Heyman's introduction, earning praise from his advocate. The WWE Champion poked fun at the Universal title holder by riffing on Reigns' "acknowledge me" phrase, before challenging Reigns to a title versus title match. Yeah. Anyways, Reigns refused to do business with Heyman, eliciting an emotional response from his former special counsel. Heyman, on the verge of tears, expressed how he worshipped Reigns and was assaulted for allegiance, and Lesnar told Heyman to shut up. Reigns then took advantage of the spat between the two and floored Heyman with a super punch. Later in the evening, Adam Pearce informed Sonya Deville that he was instructed to determine a WWE Universal title challenger for Reigns at the Royal Rumble. Pearce entered Reigns' locker room prior to the main event, informing the champion that Lesnar had been chosen. Reigns could not care less and asked Pearce to leave so the tribal chief could watch his cousins in peace. So, yeah. Following the conclusion of the Usos versus New Day, Raw superstar Seth Rollins entered Reigns' locker room, calculating which point him to Reigns versus Rollins at the Royal Rumble. The Reigns-Rollins booking at the Rumble was later confirmed on social media. Reigns and Lesnar's bids for Heyman's services have been a focal point of their feud, but this was a little too on the nose. Heyman's groveling degree of love for Reigns and Lesnar's subsequent jealousy seemed better suited for High School Musical, the musical series, than WWE's marquee rivalry. Additionally, Reigns' assault on Heyman and the manager's reunion with Lesnar should have been the end of that story thread. Expect Reigns and Lesnar to headline WrestleMania in what amounts to Paul Heyman on a pole match. So, okay, this is gonna be a fast forward of towards the end. Yeah, okay, the first match. Let's get the matches first. What else happened? Yeah. Ray Boogs defeated Sami Zayn thanks to a tight small package prior to the match. Jackass Forever star Johnny Knoxville interrupted a Zayn promo saying he wanted to solidify his place in the Royal Rumble. After Zayn lost, Knoxville made his way to the ring and tossed him over the top rope, confirming his status as a participant in the 2022 Royal Rumble. So, Rick Boogs defeated Sami Zayn via pinfall. Smackdown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair entered the Royal Rumble in a field that also includes several WWE veterans, including current Impact Women's Champion Mickie James, Lita, the Bella Twins, Michelle McCool, Kelly Kelly, and Summer Rae. And the following will be a match courtesy of a natural selection. Naomi was on the verge of winning by countout, and later via disqualification, Sonya Deville declared at each instance that the match could not end via countout or disqualification. So Charlotte Flair defeated Naomi via pinfall. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. This was a promo and then a match after. After Moss lands a neck breaker drive and out the punchline on Eric, the match came after a happy talk segment where Moss dressed up as Drew McIntyre and he and Corbin took shots at the injured Scottish Warrior. So yeah, Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss defeated the Viking Raiders via pinfall. Then we get to the main event. The Usos, which are the SmackDown champions, in a street fight to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Usos drove Kingston through a table with a 3D, now dubbed the 1D, to win the match. The contest's most amusing moment came when Woods donned a Spartan helmet to absorb an Uso super kick. So the Usos defeated New Day via pinfall. So yeah, and then all the way to the end of the show, Roman Reigns was in the locker room, and then here comes out of nowhere Seth Rollins. So yeah, so which means we're not gonna get Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, champion versus champion match at Royal Rumble 2022 this year. So, and then Roman Reigns wasn't happy. So, yeah, and Seth Rollins was all like laughing and shit and blah blah and all that stuff. So, yeah, poor writing on this show, man. The writing sucks ass on fucking Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. But the only thing that's good on SmackDown is just Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. So yeah. All right. Let's get to Rampage. All right. If I could find the good matches. Alright, here it is. Jake Atlas versus Adam Cole. AEW kicked off the action with the Rampage debut of Atlas against someone with which he once shared a locker room. Cole, they locked up and traded wrist locks and takedowns to start. They kept things technical and tried to use holds. I'm sorry, got distracted. And counters before resorting to strikes. Atlas taunted Cole a bit after escaping a head scissor submission, but Cole made him regret it. With a few stiff punches, they went back and forth with several block kicks before coming to a stalemate. After a short burst of offense from Atlas, Cole took control It beat him down in the middle of the ring. After a break, we returned to see Cole hit a fireman's carry neckbreaker for a 2 count. We saw a few more moves before Cole finished Atlas off with the knee bar submission. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly joined him and were about to attack Atlas before Best Friend showed up to make the save. So yeah, after that match was over, Adam Cole's like, "You're still gonna get your ass beat." So to Jake Atlas. So that match was good. That match was back and forth. That was a good match. That's what I want to see from a professional wrestling show. All right. Yeah, but this show wasn't live. It's taped. So every Wednesday night after Dynamite is over, it gets taped. All right. So we're on the second match: Hook versus Aaron Solo. Yeah, sit in Hook. Badass. Hook and Solo locked fingers for a test of strength to start the match. Hook got the upper hand and sent Solo to the ropes. QT Marshall watched as his student used the ropes to escape a submission before Hook delivered several body shots in the corner. Marshall grabbed Hook's foot so Solo could get the advantage. Solo had control for a moment, but Hook took him down into a seated octopus stretch. Hook followed up with a crotch lift suplex and played to the crowd. Solo hit a jawbreaker before Hook threw him with a captured suplex. He delivered some crossfaces before locking the Red Room up for the win. That was a good match too. So and then QT Marshall was stopping. It was after the match. QT Marshall was trying to stop Hook, for leaving and stuff, and Hook, and QT Marshall got a little scared, like, "Ooh, shit," and then, and QT Marshall was trying to beat up Hook and stuff, and then Hook, got QT Marshall, and then, bam, let him like a dumbass. So yeah, it was a good match. Yeah, so it was like a suplex thing, Alright, third match. Ruby Soho and Rio versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Baker received the full entrance with Pyro for this tag match with Hayter against Rio and Soho. Before the ref could call for the bell, Rebel pulled Soho out of the ring so the other two could beat down Rio. Soho came back in and helped even the odds. Once the bell rang, Soho and Rio cornered Hayter for some double team attacks. Hayter was able to make the tag, but Soho took DMD down with a suplex and a kick to the chest. Before she tagged in the former AEW Women's Champ, Baker hit Soho with a nice double underhook suplex before Hayter nailed a knee to the face for a 2 count. We returned from a break to see Soho and Baker both crawling to make the tag. Rio hit a dropkick and a head scissor takedown, followed by a 619. DMD ran to make the save, but Rio ended up taking down both of them and scoring a 2 count. Soho had to save her partner after she suffered a 2-on-1 beatdown. Hayter accidentally hit Baker in the face, and Rio rolled her up for the win. So yeah, Hayter was trying to apologize and stuff, and to Britt Baker, but Hayter pushed her back, like, back the fuck up, back off, all that shit, so yeah. And then we're up for the fourth match. Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz versus Daniel Garcia and 2.0. During the usual pre-match interview with Mark Henry, Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz decided they had heard enough talk as Garcia was talking trash. He and 2.0 were blindsided by their opponents backstage to kick off the fight. This was a street fight, so the match was always going to break down into a huge fight. All 6 men paired off in different combinations to fight each other in and out of the ring. Kingston focused on Garcia early on and used a trash can to dish out some extra punishment. There was too much going on to highlight everything, so we will skip to the finish and keep it short. Santana and Ortiz hit a nice combo of kicks and clothesline to win the match for their team, but Garcia kept attacking his rivals. After the match was over, they tied Kingston to top rope with tape and beat on him until Chris Jericho made the save. So yeah, they were still trying to keep beating on, Santana and Ortiz and all that stuff, and Kingston, and then Chris Jericho was trying to save them. So yeah, 2.0 and Dan Garcia ran like a little bitches, as always. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If not, whatever. Yeah. So I'll see you all tomorrow night. See you next video. Laters.